Let's see, how do normal people start their videos? What's up, guys? I don't know. Well, I guess let's start today's video right now, huh? Right as everyone's pulling out in front of us, left, right, and center on the busiest time of the day. But yo, today's video, I actually got a sponsor. And today's video is sponsored by Utah Car and Truck. Shout out Utah Car and Truck. If you're in need of a Utah car or a Utah truck, go to Utah Car and Truck. There's a Grom, bro. See if it'll wave to me. Oh, it's not a Grom, bro. It's a big Grom. Ah! Oh, I can't get it. What a pain in the ass. I can't do it. There it is. There we go. He waved to me. Now I feel like I can breathe. That's the problem with this mount, man. Every time I close the visor, I can't get it back open. Oh shit! He did kind of a wheelie. So, today's video is going to be a little bit different because we're going to actually be going on a real ride. You know, we're not just going to be going up to the old airport and doing wheelies in third gear. Nah, we're gonna go on a real ass ride. That's funny, I called in sick today and that's my coworker. In that van, holy crap. Yeah, that's right, he's working up in the ledges. Well, it's only 3 o'clock, so I don't really feel too bad for him. So yeah, he only had one job today and then another little repair. So he's going to do his repair and it's only 3 o'clock. So besides that, what was I talking about? Man, bikers have such ADHD, such adult ADHD, where they can't focus on anything at one time. And that's what makes them so unproductive. Jeez, what was I talking about? Was I talking about my old ride? Oh yeah, I was just talking about how today is going to be a little different of a ride. And this is the exact same route that I took when I crashed 5 years ago. Yeah, it was my first time ever riding with the group, and I was riding with my girlfriend's brother. He was on a Ninja 300, I was on a 636. It was an 06 636, it was blue. Yeah, I was riding that thing, and we come up this way, but I remember before we left, we all met at Maverick, right? And this is where it was really weird, because I'm not used to like a group that has all these kind of rules and stuff like that. Not necessarily rules, but just like etiquette that they follow, right? And so their etiquette was super weird. Their etiquette was like, yeah, you know, obviously don't pass the front person, and there's going to be a person behind everybody. But if you want to pass anybody, you need to kind of kick out with your leg like that. Like that, you see that? Boom. And if you want to do it on this side, boom. Like that. It was the weirdest thing. And I don't know if that's pretty standard or what. I don't ride with a lot of groups, to be honest. But it was so strange. So I remember as I was going, you know, everyone would kind of speed up right around here. And I just was like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be doing that if I pass anybody. So I'd find myself doing it though. Like as I'm speeding up, you know, I'm kicking down and then getting over, because it's not just like you're getting over lane to lane, you're getting over within the lanes. So maybe that was it, just like a little signal within the group. I don't know, something like that. So we're going along, and there's what, maybe 10, 12 of us all together. And the way they did it was there would be the 1000 cc's up ahead, and then the 600 cc's, and then the 300s and below behind, you know, because I think there was like a Ninja 250 or something like that. But I don't know, not gonna worry about it. But there's always cops up ahead too, so we're just gonna kind of ride chill, listen to some music. I guess I can turn the camera on when something cool happens again. wonder if I even turned it off. I did not. Okay, so I'm turning the camera back on because I want to let you guys see that. That says 42 degrees outside temperature. You know, 40 degrees is usually my limit. I don't like to ride less than 40 degrees. It's just way too cold, and then that wind chill makes it feel like another maybe 10 degrees less. So I didn't even wear the heated vest today, or the neck gaiter, you know, and that's where you lose all the heat. Lose all the heat in the neck. But yeah, I mean, the group was fun. I don't really remember a whole lot in between me racing that guy and what happens, you know, when we go through the canyon. I remember we were all stopping and chatting and stuff like that, and we're all feeling pretty good, you know. Everyone's kind of got them jitters the first half of the ride. You know, we were all chatting about the bikes and you know, what we've done and how fast we've gone, and you know, just classic 20-year-old bike talk, bike group talk. Oh, I say that like it was so long ago. It was only 5 years ago. And yeah, like I said, I'll try and post some of the clips and stuff. It's on my Instagram. It's hard for me to revisit. It was terrible. I had to get life flighted. So the story is, I was going around this turn. We'll see the turn up here. Well, there was a guy in front of me, and he crashed first. So that's what scared me. I locked up both my brakes on the 636. And I kind of skid this way, and then high-sided right over the top of it, tumbled into a kind of ravine or a ditch. Yeah, it was a ditch in between some barbed wire. Thankfully I didn't hit the barbed wire. I just remember, you know, how fast it happened, and it felt like I got jumped, man. It felt like I got the crap kicked out of me. It felt terrible. Just my sides, my face. I remember I was just so stunned. I woke up. I don't know if I got knocked out or what. I just remember, you know, opening my eyes, and you know, my helmet was all kind of tweaked on my head, so I took my helmet off, and the first thing I did was I took my phone out and I went to Snapchat on the forward-facing camera to see myself, you know, because it felt like I was bleeding. It felt like I was bleeding out of somewhere, and so I looked, and I wasn't bleeding. I'll post that picture. That picture is terrible. It's terrible, but what is this guy doing? If you want me to, buddy. Thanks, Chief. That was weird. I was just kind of trying to chill behind him because I feel like my mind works better when I'm an NPC, just following somebody else. But yeah, I took my phone out and took the picture. I just got kind of some dirt on my face, and I used to have long hair back then, so I think my hair was in a bun or a pony or something like that. But yeah, there was dirt in my mouth too, and I was just kind of chilling there for 10 minutes, and I called my girlfriend. I was like, hey, can you come pick me up? I just crashed my motorcycle. You know, and this is way out here, and she's, you know, on the polar opposite end of town, probably like 30 miles away. So she's like, yeah, I'll come get you. And then she's calling her brother because she knew we were riding together. And little did I know, her brother was already on the phone with the cops, calling for the guy that crashed ahead of me. And he's walking around, he didn't know where I was, you know, he didn't know if I had gone up ahead and kept riding and didn't see or what. And he didn't see me come back. And so he's seen a little piece of my blue plastic chilling on the side of the road. And so he comes over to it and he looks down, he sees me in the ditch, and he's already on the phone with the cops. He's saying, oh, we got another guy down, you know, send 2 ambulances. And all of a sudden the life flight helicopter comes in, you know, and the paramedics checked me and stuff like that. And I was a kid, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't have no money, no insurance. So I was like, no, I don't want to be checked out by the EMTs. I refused the service. I walked all the way to the top, to the helicopter. I started coughing. I coughed up blood, and I was like, okay, yeah, let's get on the stretcher, you know, and take me away. stuff like that. And I remember getting in there, dude, I was so thirsty. I was missing a shoe. I was so thirsty, and they wouldn't give me any water because I guess if you need to have a surgery, if they need to operate on you, you know, you can't have a stomach full of water. I don't know. I was thirsty. I was dying though. I was dying of thirst. Yeah, but here we are, coming into the town of Vale. "46 degrees. It got a little bit warmer. Yeah, when I came and rode last, I think it was Sunday, it was 52 out, and I thought that was cold. I even had my heated vest on and my gaiter. But also it was cloudy, so that may have had something to do with it. But it feels a lot warmer today. And I'm doing this for you guys. You know, oh, it's 40. Can't be speeding in this little small town, Vale Volcano. All right, bros. Just had a nice conversation with the old buddy Alexander, I believe was his name. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about some more details from the crash. So I remembered a few things while I was at the gas station. I remember when I crashed, I was extremely hot, you know, from essentially getting beat up a bunch. So what I did was I took my shirt off, and so then when my girlfriend's brother came to, you know, be with me, or like, you know, call the cops, or just, you know, ask if I'm good or whatever like that, he brought everyone else with him. So then everyone was just seeing me shirtless down there, you know, just like struggling to breathe. It was awful. It was awful. Oh, that's where he went. So he didn't go to the place I was thinking. We are good. We can slow down. We can slow down. We can see if we can wheelie. I don't know if we can with these gloves, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's hard with the gloves. I don't know. I don't know why I can't do it right now. Maybe it's because I'm talking about the crash. I'm doing absolutely everything I can to not crash again. Especially right now, making this video. Oh, look at that. Big cloud of gravel dust. Lovely. And like nothing was sketchy, even on the way down, you know? Like this wasn't sketchy. We were taking the turns just fine the whole way. I mean, I guess if we had gone the other way, it probably would have been a different outcome. But yeah, I mean, this definitely isn't the safest road either, you know? A lot of people die out here. I don't know about a lot of people die. A lot of people crash out here. A lot of motorcyclists crash out here. Cars, not so much. But there's like that gravel, there's so much gravel stuff going on. There's one over there, and then there's one up there, and so there's a lot of hauling gravel back and forth. And so it was actually funny, not too long ago, I want to say 2 or 3 months ago, I was coming out here just like I do normally, going around like this, and I actually laid the bike down right up here around this super tight turn just because there was a bunch of gravel in the road. Like, you see all this? Right here, you see this little path? Yeah, a lot of people will just pull out right from out here and bring all their gravel with them. But I was going around that way, and I laid my bike down. But my bad crash, this is what was happening. We went around that turn. I'm following the thousands right here. I'm going maybe 60, like that. And then guy crashes up there by that tree, and I go straight off into there. Yep. It was terrible. Bike was laying on top of a log, like a big old, you know, laid over tree. Oh man, yeah, that was awful. So then I get life flighted and go to the hospital, and the whole time I'm thinking, oh man, how much money is this gonna cost? How much this? How much that? You know? And then the people that were in the helicopter were just like, man, you should be lucky that we're getting you out alive, you know? I was like, okay, you know, count my blessings, sure, whatever. And then I go into the hospital room, and the first thing they do is they freaking cut your clothes off and they touch your penis. I'm not even kidding. Like, ask anyone, man. You get in a motorcycle accident, that's the first thing they do. They get you on the table, they cut your clothes off, and they check your dick. They say, check his dick. Is his dick good? Can you feel it? I don't know why. Obviously they check everything else, but yeah, I mean, that's what I remember, is they checked my dick. And they drugged me up because they took x-rays and they seen that I had a couple broken ribs and a possible collapsed lung. So they drugged me up, get me ready for my chest tube, and I'm feeling good, I'm feeling loopy. And then he brings the chest tube in, and it's this really long, probably like that long, and it's really skinny, and then it tapers out and it becomes really big. And so then I'm like, is that going in my chest? He's like, yeah, we're gonna put it in your chest, but it's okay because I'm gonna give you this medicine that as soon as you feel pain, you're gonna knock out. And I'm like, no way. There's no possible way that as soon as I feel pain, I'm just gonna knock out. Especially something like that, you're just gonna jam that right into my chest cavity and pump all the blood out of my chest. And he's like, no, you'll be fine. And so I remember sitting there just like, oh no, please, I'm not ready. And he's like, I'm gonna do it. And he's like, you ready? I'm like, no, I'm not ready. And he's like, all right, here it comes. And then he goes, and right as he's about to put it in, I don't remember anything. I'm asleep. And then the next thing I do remember, I wake up and I'm like in that same sense of panic I was before I went to sleep. I was like, I woke up, I was like, oh, did he put it in? Is it in me? You know? Oh my God, that sounds terrible. I'd say, yeah, did he put the chest tube in? Did he put the chest tube in me? And the nurse, or I forgot who was there, I think it was my mom, was still there. And she was like, no, honey, like the chest tube is in you, look. And I looked down, and there's this tube just coming out of my chest, and a little bit of blood is coming out in this bag that's just like full of blood. And I was like, holy crap, man, I really collapsed my lung. And they were like, yep, yes, you did. So yeah, it was terrible. It cost me, they gave me an itemized bill. It cost me 70 grand total. Here's your brother. Let's see if he says what up. What's up, brother? Yep, he did the wave though instead of the two fingers, which is fine. I mean, I acknowledge anything. But yeah, it was 70 grand altogether. 50,000 for the life flight, 20 grand for the 3-day hospital stay, 2 nights, 3 days, all the fluids and stuff they gave me, medicines, whatnot. And then I was out in 3 days. It's so stupid to make you leave in a wheelchair, you know, like they take away your dignity. And then as soon as you get out there, like, all right, stand up and walk away. And then I walked away. And we're gonna stop up here. This is the old pond. But yeah, I walked away, and then I was up skiing at Bryan Head 2 weeks later, believe it or not.